funny that we talk about live video as if it's like this crazy thing. Like, oh man, we finally, like, something happened last year. Like, you know, the gods came down from the heavens. They're like, here's a new medium. Like, yeah, it's a medium. Like, to publish, you do it through video, audio, photos, text. You can add live to any of those things. And that's what live video is. Like, live video still has the same benefits and suffers from the same characteristics as all other mediums. If you remove live from it, it's video. So you got YouTube. It's the same thing. You're interesting. Your content's interesting. You got to go get people to like it. You got to get distribution for that thing. And if it's live on any of those, you're going to suffer from the problem of people aren't paying attention at the same time. Like, we're not awake at the same time. We're not at the place at the same time. It doesn't seem to be a new thing. I'm curious why.
The new thing was just it was on your phone. That was all.
Okay, so
that was the new thing last year, right?
We should still treat it as if it's a medium, though. Like, great, it's on your phone, and that unlocks new characteristics.
But that's a new
medium. We
medium.
have not seen those before.
Well, you're not seeing it on TV, and it's not necessarily the person that ABC or NBC wanted to put on TV. It's the person who felt like being on.
Not even that. I got a different take on it, which is it's just that. It's on your phone, which means more people could do it, but also you can do it in different places. You're going to do it differently. It's like, it's literally like being able to take high quality photos from your camera. Like what we're doing right now, we're doing a pop-up show using iPhone cameras, whereas before the barrier was too high. Maybe we needed other hardware, or before this was just too inconvenient, or before whatever it may be. Like we take way more photos now that the camera's attached to our phone than we did before. Still a photo, but it is a new medium because it's attached to this new thing.
That, I think, is what everyone thought was going to happen. Everyone who placed their chip on live video was thinking, oh man, wouldn't it be great if all of a sudden everyone in the world streams live? That's kind of what was in the air. That's what was in the air with Justin TV, with all these things. Everyone was always thinking, like, live stream my life. That's not what's going to happen, just obviously. It doesn't happen with any medium. Not that many people have enough things to say. This is the same reason why I think it's actually astounding that Twitter has 300 million monthly active users. That many people are willing to, without knowing their friends, these are other people you're meeting, push content out into the universe. Like to write a thing.
That's not 300 million people tweeting.
No, I understand that.
Tweeting,
but the point here is this. The point is, take it back to blogging. With blogging, you had a whole bunch of people, you lower the barrier, to your point, Sean, you lower the barrier, now all of a sudden a lot of people who were not professional level producers, who were just hobbyist or curation level producers, can now do that. That's still not the furthest level down, which is basically everyone, all the consumers. That's not going to happen. That hasn't happened in any other medium, and it's not going to happen with live video.
It happened in different forms, though. Like, everybody does post on Facebook. Like, and that's like not necessarily like I'm writing a full blog post, but it's like here I am publishing my thought for the public to see.
So first of all, not everyone does, but a lot more do because it's so easy. And then there's now you can throw the monkey wrench in there, which is like when you have your friends there, when it's reduced to literally just your social people, your people in your life. It lowers that barrier even more. It turns out that the social layer it lowers the barrier to entry for people to do these things.
We used to write letters to each other. That's what John Adams did and Thomas Jefferson, right? And then now we can
founding fathers.
Now we can send messages to each other. We can write posts, and we probably have a much higher volume of communication, which again lowers the barrier of what you're willing to say. So what we say is not as eloquent and written with a quill and like in beautiful cursive and really thoughtful. So like. A lot more is said.
Totally different topic. This might not be something we could continue going with here. Did either of you see the thing today, the fake James Madison letter that was written that's blowing up on Facebook?
I did not see it, did not know it's blowing up. What the heck is this?
Let me tell you right now, there's a thing that's blowing up on the internet.
Okay.
You should know this. James Madison, we all know who he is. One of the founding fathers of our country. The fourth president, is that right? I don't even know. But he basically wrote the Constitution.
Tyler's like, we all know who he is. I'm like,
if I
was the president, I think. That was all I knew.
He's on one of our monies.
Yeah. James Madison wrote the Constitution, basically. Not Thomas Jefferson. Even though we all think of Jefferson as this guy. Like, he did everything.
Right. Jefferson retweeted it. Got it.
Exactly.
Spread.
Well, he refined it.
Like...
So there was this fake letter. I really wish I knew who the author was of this. Did you see this, Jason?
I was not really on the internet.
Okay.
Yeah.
the entire premise of this letter, I feel like Jason will appreciate this more than you or I will, Sean. But the premise of the letter is it was written from the perspective of James Madison if he were alive today, and the title of it was something like, well, I fucking told you so. Like, it's about Trump, and it's about, like, first of all, here's the premise of it. We built a system where you can vote for president, and then we built the Electoral College. And all of you fuckers hate the Electoral College. Well, guess what? Why do you think we built the Electoral College? So when all of you idiots wanted to vote for a despot who was a racist bigot who was going to lead the country down a shithole, the people who actually knew what they were doing, what the president should be able to do, could cast their vote and decide instead, well, everyone's fucking crazy in the US right now. Let's just put Clinton in instead. And unfortunately, what's happened over the past few decades is certain states have said what the people vote is binding. Mm-hmm. The electoral representatives have to vote for that. And he's like, so the premise of the article is like, well, you fucked yourselves. Good luck.
Yeah, that's awesome. So that my Facebook feed makes more sense now.
Okay.
Because I did see things about that. By the way, this is a family-friendly podcast, so you're gonna need to gather your kids around.
Not a podcast.
Yeah.
Not family friendly.
That's right. I like it. Yeah.